Hi, welcome to the quiz. This very quiz can be done on quizalto.com, where you'll be able to get instant feedback with detailed answers and explanations. The link is in the description below. QuizAlto has an extensive library of quizzes you can take for free, and we also have an impressive number of premium quizzes for more advanced levels. As you take quizzes, QuizAlto helps you track your progress over time. If our quizzes are not enough for you, you can even create your own quizzes using AI, and they don't even have to be about AWS products. Okay, let's get started. Good luck. Which of the following is an example of an AWS IoT one-click device? Arduino Uno, Amazon Echo, Raspberry Pi, AWS IoT button. What security feature does AWS IoT one-click support? Quantum encryption for data protection, biometric authentication for devices, blockchain for data verification, end-to-end encryption for device communication. How can AWS IoT one-click contribute to improving operational efficiency? By offering machine learning capabilities. By automating simple tasks with minimal setup. By providing advanced data analytics. By storing large volumes of data. How can AWS IoT one-click help in customer engagement scenarios? By analyzing customer data in real time. By sending notifications or messages based on device triggers. By creating detailed customer profiles. By storing customer data securely. What is the AWS IoT one-click mobile app used for? Developing Lambda functions. Setting up VPC configurations. Creating CloudFormation stacks. Managing and monitoring IoT one-click devices. What is a key consideration when deploying AWS IoT one-click devices in remote locations? Having local data storage. Deploying on-premise servers. Configuring VPN access. Ensuring reliable internet connectivity. What kind of applications is AWS IoT one-click most suited for? Simple automation tasks. Complex data processing. Real-time data streaming. Machine learning applications. What happens when an AWS IoT one-click device is triggered? An SNS notification is sent. A CloudFormation stack is created. A new EC2 instance is launched. A Lambda function is executed. What should you do if an AWS IoT one-click device stops working? Update the device firmware. Reboot the AWS IoT core service. Contact AWS support immediately. Check the AWS IoT one-click console for errors. What is a key feature of AWS IoT one-click buttons? They support custom firmware development. They can connect to multiple AWS accounts simultaneously. They can trigger AWS Lambda functions with a single click. They have built-in temperature sensors. What kind of feedback can AWS IoT one-click devices provide? Device status and activity logs. Real-time data analysis. Detailed performance metrics. User interaction history. What is a primary benefit of using AWS IoT one-click? Quick deployment of IoT solutions with minimal setup. Extensive customization options for device firmware. In-depth analysis of IoT data. Advanced device management capabilities. What is the purpose of a project in AWS IoT one-click? To manage user access and permissions. To configure device security settings. To group devices and associate them with Lambda functions. To store data collected from devices. What information is required to associate a device with a project in AWS IoT one-click? The device serial number and model. The device ID and Lambda function ARN. The device MAC address and IP address. The device firmware version. What action can be triggered by AWS IoT one-click devices besides invoking Lambda functions? Starting EC2 instances. Sending SNS notifications. Running Athena queries. Uploading files to S3. What kind of projects can benefit from AWS IoT one-click? Complex machine learning models. Projects requiring simple, low-maintenance automation. High-frequency trading systems. Large-scale data analytics platforms. Can AWS IoT one-click devices be used in multiple projects? No, each device can only be associated with one project. Only if they are configured with multiple firmware versions. Yes, devices can be shared across multiple projects. Only with additional permissions. What type of trigger can be set up with AWS IoT one-click? Machine learning model triggers. Single-click triggers. Multi-step workflow triggers. Real-time data stream triggers. Which AWS region is AWS IoT one-click available in? Only in the Asia Pacific region. Only in the US East region. AWS IoT one-click is available in multiple AWS regions. Only in the EU region. Is it possible to create custom dashboards for AWS IoT one-click projects? Yes, through AWS IoT Analytics. No, AWS IoT one-click does not support custom dashboards. Yes, via AWS CloudFormation templates. Yes, using Amazon QuickSight. What is a common use case for AWS IoT one-click? Real-time data analytics. Automated cloud infrastructure management. Panic buttons for emergency services. Complex machine learning algorithms. How do you ensure that an AWS IoT one-click device is working properly? By running a diagnostic Lambda function. By testing it in the AWS IoT one-click console. By checking the device's firmware version. By rebooting the device regularly. How does AWS IoT one-click handle device decommissioning? A support ticket must be raised. Devices are decommissioned through AWS Lambda. Devices can be decommissioned through the console. Devices need to be physically destroyed. Can AWS IoT one-click be used for prototyping IoT solutions? Yes, it is ideal for prototyping. No, it is meant for production use only. Only for large-scale deployments. Only for non-commercial use. How do you add a new device to an AWS IoT one-click project? By setting up a dedicated network. By registering the device and associating it with a project. By installing device-specific software. By configuring device firmware manually. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.